Today is day 13 for my Bonne Maman advent calendar. Let's see what's behind door number 13. Counter cooking. No kitchen, no problem. So here's door number 13 right in the middle of the calendar. Let's open this up. And what do we have here? We have 4 fruits spread. The 4 fruits are strawberries, cherries, red currants, and black currants. That sounds really good. Let's give this a taste. That is so good. It's like a berry explosion in your mouth. I am going to be making some Einkorn Sourdough Bagels, and what I have in this bowl is 50 grams of Einkorn Sourdough starter. I am going to add 50 grams of einkorn flour. And with einkorn flour, you want to cut down the amount of water by a third, about 33%. So I am going to be adding 33 grams of water, which is 2/3 of 50. And I'm going to mix all of this together. And this is what it looks like after I mix it all together. I basically have a really sticky dough or a super thick batter. And what I did was basically just feed the starter. So I'm gonna put a lid on this and I'm gonna let this sit overnight on the counter. Here's the starter after it has been sitting out on the counter all night, and now it's about 2 p.m. so we're into the afternoon. The reason why I wanted to wait longer is because this Einkorn sourdough starter takes a little bit more time than a standard all-purpose flour starter to rise, also because it's been cooler here at night, so with the cooler temperatures it doesn't rise as fast. So now I need to add additional ingredients to this. I need to add 175 grams of water. That's 175 grams. And I need to add 350 grams of flour. And I'm wondering if this bowl is going to be too small. So let's just add this and see what happens. It looks like the bowl is going to be too small. That is 350 grams of flour. Way too much for this bowl, so I'm gonna have to get a bigger bowl. But first, I need to add 7 grams of salt. That's 7 grams. I think that's gonna be way too much, but that's what the recipe says. I just dumped it all into a larger bowl, and now I need to mix this together. And because I'm using einkorn flour, it does behave differently than regular flour. The recipe says to knead this for around 10 minutes, but I don't know if I'm gonna do that because einkorn flour really doesn't need a whole lot of kneading. The gluten structure is very, very different than the gluten structure in like regular flour. I'm going to mix this together until it forms a dough. And I'm probably going to have to get my hands in here because it's already like really sticky. And that's another issue with einkorn flour. It does tend to be a lot stickier than regular flour. But it's usually not too bad if you know to cut back on the liquid and to only use like 2/3 of the liquid that a recipe calls for. This feels really good. It's sticky, but it's not too sticky, so I will just try to, I'm gonna just knead it in the bowl. And the more I work with it, the stickier it is getting. So I'm gonna have to put a little bit more flour on top of it. They say you want to knead it because it activates the gluten. It's about an hour later. This is what the dough is looking like. It's been resting for an hour, and I am going to continue to let it rest for a few more hours. Here's the dough after it's been resting for about 5 hours, a little bit longer than it should be. Also, I had this cover on it, but it wasn't tightened. It was just like laying on top. So I think the outside of the dough is a little bit dry, but other than that, it looks really good. So the next thing I need to do is get some parchment paper and then divide this into, I don't know, maybe this will make like 4 or 6 bagels. I just dumped the dough out onto a piece of parchment paper, and the bottom of the dough that was against the bowl is really sticky, so I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit of flour on it just to make it a little bit easier to handle. But otherwise, it feels really good. It looks really good. It feels really good. Getting a bit sticky. Okay, so let's roll this into, let's shape this into a ball. First, let's cut this in half. And it's really sticky. Oh, yeah. I should have floured this. So if I split this up into 2 pieces, then this would be each bagel. I think that would be good. So I'm rolling the dough into a ball. But now I'm starting to think maybe it's too big. Maybe these are too big. So what I'm going to do is make 2 this size, and then with this half, I'll split this half in 3. So these 3 will be a little bit smaller, these 2 will be a little bit bigger, and it will give me a better idea of what size I should make in the future, because I've only made these once before, and I felt like I made them too small last time. So let's see how they come out this time. Let's see if we could divide this into 3. 1, 2, and 3. So here's the dough for the 5 bagels. I have the 3 smaller bagels up there and then the 2 larger bagels here. The recipe says to cover this with plastic wrap and let it just relax for like 30 minutes. I don't have any plastic wrap, so I'm just gonna put another piece of parchment paper over the top. It's about a half hour later and you could see the dough has relaxed. So all I need to do right now is pick up one of these. And I'm gonna need a little bit more flour because these have gotten sticky. Again, these are made with the Einkorn flour, which does tend to be a little bit stickier than regular flour. So I'm just gonna put that under there so they don't stick, and then I'm gonna turn this over. And I'm just gonna make a hole in the middle and form the bagel. That looks really good, doesn't it? I think this is a really nice size. It's probably better to really try to not touch them so much. Like these came out really nice, and this one didn't come out as nice because I was just kind of stretching it too much, and it's also sticking. For some reason these are sticking more than the other ones did. So I'm just putting more flour on. See, and then when they stick more, they kind of get a little bit out of shape, but that's fine. So here's another one. I just want to move them around in case they do puff up a little bit. So there are my 5 bagels. These 2 are a little bit bigger. I think these are more like the store-bought bagel sizes. These are a little bit smaller. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cover this with parchment paper again and let them sit for another 2 to 3 hours. This is what the bagels look like after they've been resting for about 2 hours. So I am going to move these aside, and I am going to be baking these in my Dash mini toaster oven. and also my Dash personal donut maker. And because these are bagels, they don't just go straight to the oven or straight to the donut maker. They actually need to be boiled for about 20 seconds. And for that, I am going to use my stainless steel Hello Hot Pot. I have 3 appliances plugged in right now. I have some water coming up to a boil in my Hello Hot Pot. This is my Dash personal donut maker, which I'll be using. And this is my Dash mini toaster oven. I'll be using this one also. The reason why I'm using the Dash mini toaster oven is because it bakes at around 450 degrees. When I've tried this in the Cook with Color toaster oven, it doesn't work as well because that only gets up to about 350 degrees. And these bagels need a hotter oven than that. So they do work well in the mini toaster oven, and they also work well in the donut maker. The first 2 bagels that I'm going to make are going to be the smaller ones. So I'm grabbing one and I'm just dropping it in the water. And I'm counting 20 seconds. It's been about 20 seconds, and let's get this out. Just gonna drain it. Let's put this first one in the donut maker and shut that. This next one was really sticking to the parchment, so this is going to be a kind of weird shape. So let's take this out. And for this one, I'm using the toaster oven, so I need to put some parchment paper down on the little tray that comes with it. And then let's put the bagel on the parchment paper. It's a bit deformed, but it should be fine. And then I'm going to take some aluminum foil and put the aluminum foil as a tent over the bagel, because if I don't do it, it will burn in this little mini toaster oven. So there we go. And I'm going to cook this about 12 minutes, 15 minutes. We're going to check on it. It's been about 12 minutes. Let's check on the donut maker. The recipe says to bake these for 20 minutes. So let's just take a look at what's going on here. Really hot. The outside is firm. Let's continue to bake these for like another 5 minutes. 20 minutes is up. And this is our beautiful bagel. This is the bottom. And I am putting it on a wire rack to cool. This is the bagel from the toaster oven. I'm going to take this one out also. And now I'm going to repeat this process with the other 3 bagels. These are the bagels that I just made. So this is one of the first small ones, and this is the other first smaller one. And I think those are actually a really good size. This is the larger one that was made in the donut maker. And as you can see, it kind of rose and the side kind of cracked all the way around. I mean, it's a really big, nice size bagel. I'm going to have to see how that is once I open it up. This is the large one that was made in the toaster oven. Again, super big, puffy, really substantial bagel. And then this one, I decided to try it in the Bundt maker, the Dash Mini Bundt maker. So it has the shape of like a mini Bundt. Also with this one, I did not put this in the boiling water. So this one has more of a matte appearance on the surface of it, whereas these other ones are smoother and shinier. And this one is not as smooth and definitely not shiny. Right now, I'd really like to taste one, see how these came out. And I'm gonna taste it plain without any of the fruit spread right now. Let's try the smaller one that's not so pretty. I feel like I just want to cut it in half this way first, just because of the way it was shaped. Because these bagels are made out of einkorn flour, I do expect them to have a little bit denser consistency than what we think of as like a regular bagel. These are also sourdough, so these are einkorn sourdough bagels. And I think that looks really good. I'm gonna give it a taste just plain like this. That is delicious, and the texture is just spot on. So it has like a chewy crust to it, and then the inside is nice and soft. This is just like a really amazing homemade bagel. These 4 I'll be saving for tomorrow, and tomorrow morning I am going to enjoy one for breakfast with the fruit spread from my Bonne Maman advent calendar. Today I am going to enjoy this fruit spread on the bagels that I made yesterday. So I already tasted one of the bagels that was made in the Dash mini toaster oven. This one on the right was made in the donut maker, and this one was first boiled for about 20 seconds before putting it in the donut maker. And then this one was not boiled for 20 seconds, and this one was made in the mini Bundt maker. So I want to cut both of these in half, and let's take a look at what's going on inside. So that's the inside of this bagel that was made in the Dash personal donut maker. I think it looks great. This one's a little bit thicker, but that's because there was more dough. The inside looks pretty much the same. So the Dash mini Bundt maker works just as well. Now, the main difference is with this one, it was not boiled first, but this one was. So this one, the outside is a bit shinier, and it feels like it's a little tougher than this one. But I'm gonna cut a little piece of each, and let's give it a taste. Here's the one from the Bundt maker. Okay, and then here's the one that was boiled. I'm just gonna tear off a piece of each. I actually do like the flavor of the one that was boiled better. It has a little bit of a different flavor. I don't even know how to explain it. The outside is definitely a little bit chewier, and I just feel like the flavor is just more well-rounded. It's really strange. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna toast one from each. I'll toast that piece and I'll toast that piece. And then I'm going to eat the fruit spread on the toasted bagel. And we'll see if I notice a difference after they're toasted. Here are my toasted bagels. I used my CWC Cook with Color mini toaster oven because I could actually toast both of these at the same time. If I was using my Dash mini toaster oven, I could only toast one of these at a time. I'm going to put just a little bit of butter on these. These look so good and they smell so good. I can't wait to bite into one. They're so crispy. They really have that sourdough crunch, and they're made with the einkorn flour. So they have a slightly nutty flavor. So good. And let's see if this one's any different. This one is not as crunchy. So after these were toasted, the exterior of that one is not as crunchy as this one. I'm gonna take another bite of this one. Noticeable difference in the level of crunchiness. And so that is what I did with the fruit spread in my Bonne Maman advent calendar today. I hope this video was helpful. If it was, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to this channel if you'd like to see what else we could do with the fruit spread in this Bonne Maman advent calendar. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day. Bye.